this year, more and more children have started getting affected by the coronavirus infection as part of the second wave. A majority of children with COVID are asymptomatic. Most have mild illness. 60 to 70% are either asymptomatic or have very mild disease. Doctors say more children are being infected this time because of a host of reasons. It's not just one, but it could be because the more infectious variant that is seen behind the second wave. Everyone also became very careless after a long lockdown, and people were moving around more freely. Also, low numbers and more testing is available this time around. So that is one of the reasons that we could be seeing more children, being detected with COVID, as many asymptomatic cases are also being tested. But what is a worry is another issue, that multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children, or MIS-C, is also being seen more frequently in this wave. It still remains rare, but more cases are being reported in children who develop MIS-C. Some organs and tissues such as the heart, lungs, blood vessels and kidneys become severely inflamed. Well, to talk more about this and about children and COVID, we're now joined by Dr. Shakuntala Prabhu, Medical Director, Vadhya Children's Hospital, Mumbai, and Dr. Sameer Dalwai, practicing developmental pediatrician and member of the Maharashtra Pediatric Task Force for COVID. Thank you so much, doctors, for taking time out and joining us on the show today. First and foremost, Dr. Shakuntala, I'd like to ask you this question that many are wondering whether we are, are we seeing that this particular variant is more, it causes more disease in children, or is it just the absolute numbers, given that we've seen over 3 lakh, 4 lakh people being infected every day, that of course then the total number of children being infected will also be high?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon and thanks for the invite. In the second wave, we have definitely seen more number of children, and they have come with a little varied symptoms in form of fever lasting for more than 3 to 4 days, and besides the cough, cold and usual typical viral symptoms, they have also come with abdominal pain, loose motions, vomiting, and this was during the active COVID. And post-COVID, we are finding children with persistent fever, skin rash, red eyes, red lips, and children coming in shock-like stage and hypotension and needing support. So this was the post-inflammatory syndrome that we find, or MIS-C that we call. These children are presenting with these symptoms. The case fatality has not been very different than the first wave. We have been able to recognize these early and treat them appropriately, and the outcomes have been good. So the numbers are definitely more in the second wave and the mutant strain, but we have been able to save, except those children who come with comorbidity. So if they have other illnesses like cancer or kidney problems or heart problems, or children with neurological diseases, when they do get COVID, their systems don't cooperate that much, and they do come and then we have had a few fatality in them. Otherwise, generally, it has been this that we could recognize early and treat early.
All right, Dr. Sameer, your experience in the second wave, more and more children are being affected, though many children remain asymptomatic, and also about this MIS-C, what are the sort of symptoms that you would like parents to watch out for?
Good afternoon to all of you, and my teacher and senior Dr. Shakuntala has already delineated the symptoms. The point here to remember is the child may not have had COVID identified COVID earlier, because like you rightly said, many children are asymptomatic. So it is a child who has been asymptomatic but had COVID earlier can also get the MIS. So you would not be, you don't have to depend on the child whether he had COVID earlier or no. Okay. And hence really any child who's got prolonged fever, high grade fever, who's dull, who's listless, who's got red eyes, red lips, who's got skin rash and is not doing too well, you need to consult your pediatrician or family doctor ASAP. And in fact, the task force in Maharashtra, which has been formed by the Honorable Chief Minister of the state, has already prepared a document and a guideline for what should be the medical system. Now, two important issues here. The most important issue is parent education and educating the public at large, that a child with COVID, most of them will be asymptomatic, and those who do get symptoms, most of them will have mild symptoms like a mild fever, mild cough, mild cold, some amount of vomiting, loose motions, wherein you don't need to rush to a hospital, but you need to be in touch on telehealth or on the phone with your pediatrician or family physician. In fact, the task force has even made a kind of a small chart that you can use for home monitoring. If the child continues to have fever beyond 4 or 5 days, or if there is severe worsening in terms of breathlessness, the child not eating, the child having a lesser amount of urine, and a change in the behavior of the child, cheery, playful, mischievous child suddenly becomes very dull and quiet, is a very important sign. In that case, then you need to take only that child to a COVID care hospital or a center, and then the doctors will decide appropriately. So both these things are being looked at by the task force in Maharashtra. We are coming out with a lot of literature and videos for parents to calm parents down, not to worry,
Right,
because
absolutely.
by and large children won't have a problem. And the children who will have a problem, the government is already, the infrastructure is already being laid out to prevent any problems with them.
All right, that's very reassuring. Dr. Shakuntala, the center has also said that now, where preparations are underway for a third wave, and we know in Maharashtra the preparations are being made, and that this third wave is going to impact children more and young people more. And this has really raised a lot of anxiety among parents. If you could tell us why the government feels so, what are the reasons for this, and what does it mean?
Yeah, the first wave affected mainly the elderly population. The second wave, as we saw, affected more of the youth between 30 to 50 years of age. And the children are more protected. They are more now no schools. They are not mixing. And the vaccines are not available for them. So there is a concern that these children in the third wave will be the one that would be hit. But I am not very sure. We are it's just a speculation. But we have to be prepared. And with that in mind, the government has told all the pediatric hospitals. And of course, Maharashtra has also formed a task force in which we are also a committee member in that. And we are being prepared. All the children's hospitals which are seeing children should, increase their beds for COVID care, including oxygen and critical care beds, because the moderate and the severe definitely need timely treatment and management, and the outcomes are really good. So it's not, so we need to support the organ systems. So children who already have some disease and comorbidity need more care, but even the others, as we have already told, the PIMS and this needs support. The mild and asymptomatic can definitely be managed at home. So even now they are planning to have some centers, jumbo centers for children also. And of course, the training program that would be needed for all healthcare workers, including doctors at PHCs and nurses, all of them would be trained into how to recognize and triage these children into mild, moderate, and severe. And I think we have to be prepared, and that's why the preparation. But I'm not very sure, because even in the first and the second wave, we have got children, and children have been exposed, because even in the second wave, the parents have become positive. So the children have had some subclinical infection. But there is a thinking that children may be getting affected, especially in Singapore now they have seen. But what variant the Singapore seen is the same one that was hitting children here in the second wave. So I don't think
right. That has
very
become
different.
A whole different diplomatic issue right now. But yes, and that is the reason they shut down schools, because the variant that was first found in India, they're seeing that more children are getting affected by it. But yes, absolutely, we must have more awareness regarding children, and also less anxiety and just preparedness, as you've said.